Hello.
Hello.
We're all here together, and I just realized this is half my face is here together.
Oh, I turned around and there was
Half of our faces.
It's a weird angle.
Yeah. So sorry. This I think I wrote the opening to this thing that posted in Twitch and where's the other place we at? YouTube 3 times. It just kept dying. And then yeah, I have somebody messaging me who's going through a real rough time all of a sudden. I'm like, you picked a bad time. So yeah. Anyway, how you guys doing?
I don't know. I'm here.
It's kind of how I felt too. I was like, this thing was like, oh, your webcam's not enabled, and I was like, my webcam's enabled. Stop messing with me. Now I realize I'm reversed, which I can't figure out how to fix.
Oh, I hate that.
I'm having issues. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so we thought we were going to be 4, but we are just an intrepid trio. We'll do our best. Because boy, Cassandra was like, we must play, and I was like, yes, we must.
It's been a while.
Been a while. I owed you guys a game from last month. So how about you introduce thyselves, and yeah, we'll jump right in.
Oh, I found the button. Oh boy, sorry, got excited.
That is exciting. That's legitimately exciting.
Now the hands are in the right spot, you know.
The hands are in the air.
It was weird. Like I'd move one, but the other side of the screen moved, and I was like, I don't like this.
You're like, you got to catch these hands.
Catch these hands.
But you must catch slapjacks.
So get that syrup out.
Get the syrup out.
Slapjacks.
Look at these slapjacks. I actually had a hard time remembering my character's name at first when I was like, type in your name, and I was like, I really think about it. But I remembered I'm playing Dianthus.
That's true.
We're playing
Dianthus. She's an Earth Genasi druid. I was trying to think if there was something else, but I was like, no, just druid.
She's an Earth Genasi, and that's it.
That's it. No class, full stop.
That's it, and it's good enough.
It is good enough.
Perfect.
It's good enough, strong enough, and gosh darn it, people like you.
Exactly.
I'm Warrior. I'm playing Tiburon Sausalito, who is a half-elf, half-dwarf warlock.
You said dwarf, right?
No.
Yeah, he said. I don't know. The only term I see is dwelf, and I hate it. So I say half elf, half dwarf, because people assume human is the other size, you know, and it's like, no, like half elf just means you're half elf.
Yeah, it just means you're half elven. It doesn't
I didn't hear dwarf. I heard barf, and I was like, that's not right.
That's John Candy from Spaceballs. That's different.
I never
totally different.
That's a different guy.
I never got around to making an ooze character, so he's not half barf.
I just need to barely turn up my headset. That's my problem. So.
You know it's good when Warrior's got that smooth sass. He's saving that other sass for next Monday.
Nando sass is different. Well, Nando sass is actually smooth.
It is smooth.
It's like, do I have the?
It's bourbon smooth.
Do I have the anxiety level to play that smooth, or do I not?
Fair enough. All right. So let's jump right in. Your 2 characters, Tiburon and Dianthus, have been home for, I believe, for about a month.
Okay.
Dealing with the fallout of the last few months before that. When as this is going on, one of the things that's kind of come up repeatedly is just how odd the weather has been. As you've kind of spent some time, you realize, and some time studying Steve the Robust Thick Almanac, you've realized just how this storm is that kind of keeps series of storms who are coming through this area tend to have been longer, more long-lived, and frequent. They've been in a very, very long time. So it's been Shaggy. That's it's something that's been slightly disconcerting. Is there anything either of you wanted to do in your time between last session and this session?
I think we had covered it a bit at the end of the last session, sort of like what the next, what they were going to do. So Tiburon has been continuing to work on the guild space, and he has established a confectionery alongside his charcuterie and abattoir area, which is a really weird contrast in
slightly different
and smells, but it's fine. Cotton candy tastes like blood, but the
just trying to cover like all the aspects of meals, so like people like have one place to go.
The confectionery is for the troll once we help him get a body.
That's true.
He doesn't have right now.
So. No, I would like you to roll me percentile dice, please, Tiburon.
How long does it take to grow a body?
When you're big, it takes a long time.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for a number, actually. Like, I'm curious what the number is.
It really depends on size. 36.
He's grown back an arm, most of the right side of his torso, and some of his head now. Enough where he can talk like this, like he's Jim Ross.
Perfect.
Well, Jim Ross talks like that.
I know, but you really just because he had a stroke.
No, he didn't. He had Bell's palsy.
I thought he had a stroke.
No, he has Bell's palsy. Okay. Buck's got Bell's palsy.
I'm
not making fun of it.
He's always had Bell's palsy. Everyone thought he had a stroke because he really trailed off as an announcer. Yeah. I was like, "Whoa, he really just."
It's just how it works when you lose that feeling in your part of your face. I'm not making fun of it. It's just for Son's case, he's just missing a whole bunch of his head.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So that's all that's left. I'm not making fun of people with Bell's palsy. Please don't anyone think that. I'm making fun of trolls who only have the bottom, fourth of their head.
You brought Jim Ross into it, so I was confused for a second.
I just said he sounds like Jim Ross. So maybe I was making fun of Jim Ross more than anything else.
That's what's worried about.
So he's done those things. So with whatever capacity Son is able to confectionate, that's probably the verb. He can do that, and Tiburon had also invited. Had invited Adeline to use the space, if she so desired, for carpentry or whatever. If she wanted to try to get back into it, even though she lost all her talents, Little Mermaid style, or whatever. He had extended that invitation. So he's been busy in Burwitching it up.
I will say this, Shaggy, he might be talking about barbecue sauce, but in a confectionery way, and he's not talking about football, so he's not Jim Ross. Shaggy's whoa. Oh, Shaggy had the question mark. I was like, is Shaggy or Spy going, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I feel like that's my question.
That could be the kind of experimentation that Son is doing in the confectionery. It could be why isn't more cumin used in candy?
Wow.
What if I put some Worcestershire sauce?
Could help.
You never know.
Never know. What is Diantha been up to?
She was probably spending a lot of time at Dibs and impenetrable fortress. Why can't I never say that word? Because she
Impregnable
lost like a
fortress?
month of trying to coordinate like mushrooms and delivering candy for the kids and all that kind of stuff. So she's probably spent a lot of
Oh
time.
shit! Wait till them kids meet son. Son needs
I
an
was going to say, I know a candy guy.
yeah.
Right?
At some point, son's gonna need a name. So I want you to start thinking about
That's
that.
not his actual name.
No, it was just what he was referred to. He doesn't have a name.
Oh
No,
shit. Well,
we'll come
he
up
gets
with
to
one.
choose his name, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He
I
does.
mean, I'm letting Ryan come up with name
Oh.
for son,
Okay.
not Tiburon. Tiburon's not gonna be like, and your name
Sounds
is
like I call you
Aaron.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Kill it. Where are all
Although
these
we
bees coming
have
from?
have a competitor. Reginald is pretty tight.
It's pretty good.
Reginald's not bad.
Now question, Dianthus, do you live in Burwich or do you still live in Restwell? Terry.
That's a
I love
good
how you go from
question.
Reginald, which is like this very, very like distinguished sounding name, to Terry.
It's like going Frank.
Yeah. His name is
Oh,
Brian.
Frank could be a good name.
Interesting.
Or Greg.
Jebediah.
No, Greg.
Greg.
With two G's. 2 G's.
Just go straight up like white collar office drone, like Bruce,
Yeah.
like Alan.
See, you can't do Greg because all I can
Jacob.
think of is Trent Beretta.
Alan.
This is what your
Dale.
life's turned into, Greg.
Because Burwich was where the Tiburon's new building is, right?
Tiburon is living in Burwich.
I think I'd still be at Restwell Keep.
I think I remember you established a new residence or something. I thought last. Because that's Adeline's roommate.
Yeah, that was Adeline. Yeah.
I just didn't know if you stayed because and were living in the Adventurers Guild building, or if you had been like, you know what, everybody else has left here. I don't know if
I do so much traveling between all the places. I feel like I might have a crash pad everywhere, but I don't have home wise. I feel like it's probably still at the Keep because I don't really have like a solid. Like I'm everywhere, so
because I think Timothy is out at the farm, and I cannot for the life of me remember what Michael's character's name is. But I believe he was living where Onus Earthmane was living, and the Earthmane
played in so long.
God damn it! Nice one. Well played, Super Spike.
See, Greg, there's multiple.
Greg.
I was thinking more like Steve.
I'm into it. It's like Greg with 2 G's, but not that way.
Yeah. Immediately when you said like sterile office environment, all I could think of is Michael S. from Severance.
Severance is so good.
And it's real good. It's real good. Good enough to make me want to learn how to run Paranoia so I can run a Severance style game. Anyway.
By the way, today is my 13th session. Should I be creeped out or are we good? 13 is supposed to be a bad number. I don't know.
Not always.
It's my mom's birthday, so it's not for me, I don't think.
Wait,
today's not your mom's birthday. What are you talking about?
I said the 13th is my mom's birthday.
Oh, I was like, today's not your mom's birthday.
No, the 13th.
What Twitch channel are we on? Sorry, I saw that.
We're on mine because I still don't have access to put it on Known World's Twitch channel.
What is it? What's the address?
What's yours, man?
I don't know. That's why would you ask me my Twitch page?
Spike, type the address into the Twitch chat so I see it on this chat, and then I can type it.
I don't know what it is. I just know I've got it on Twitch. It's supposed to get linked to ours, but no one's done it.
I don't know. It didn't happen. So anyway, just trying to watch the product while I'm also in the product.
In the product. Where it needs it to come from all sides.
It's BC Mayor 1. Capital B.
Oh, that's the Twitch channel?
AIER1. Yeah, I've had it forever. So that's what it's on Twitch. Should it be on Known World United? Yes, it should, but that would require us to do the absolute minimalist amount of work to connect us to two things.
It's not my job, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, so if you can watch the product, there it is.
Four-star accommodations at the Love's truck stop of Dib.
Dib. All right. Anyway, you happen to be in Restwell, Tiburon, bringing a small cart of culinary delights, of cured meats, as well as interesting confectionaries. And Dianthus happens to be in Restwell as well. And one thing you both are aware of is, like I said before, about the interesting weather that is taking place. Tiburon, you've been alerted by old Jefferson Headley, your man in Inglewood, that there is another massive storm on the horizon. One thing that you've built into your new hub, we'll just call it hub for now, is like a small observatory that comes off the side with a lot of like his old junky ass telescopes kind of sticking out of all these different holes. So meteorology is not his place of expertise, but it is something he very much enjoys doing. So it's something that he has been very much bringing up repetitively. That these are storms of unusual origin and size. You are both approached at the Adventurers Guild by Hushk, who says, "I have an urgent matter I would like you both to attend to. Should be no problem for two such highly skilled individuals."
Well, now I feel like we're getting buttered up.
I haven't been buttered up in quite some time. Butter me up, Hooch.
Hushk lets you know that they were given information that there might be something, and then the door smashes open. And Gelda and Bosco are literally like fighting their way into the front door.
Fighting each other?
Yeah. They're kind of pushing and shoving, but they're just kind of also look the same, like nervous energy.
Do I know who Bosco is? Jeez Louise, all of a sudden.
Bosco is owns the shop across the street from Gelda's.
Got it.
Require me to open another document to remember.
I was trying to look back at my notes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. When I don't run this game as consistently as I probably should, and I would like, I also just forget who people are.
The nice thing,
Heldman, he runs over the wall supplies.
The nice thing about usually what you name people is Word tells me it's spelled wrong all the time, so it's really easy to find the names. Bosco's not spelled wrong, so I actually have to read stuff.
You're welcome. They kind of push their way in, and they are just fretting furiously. And they say, "Did you tell them? Did you ask them?" And Bosco's like, "Shut up, old woman!" And they're both just kind of like at each other's throat almost. Hushk ushers them out into the main foyer of the building and then pulls you back into his office. He says, "Something's been found. At least that's the rumor. Something of importance. Something of potential wealth. Something that everyone wants, but few will get their hands on. Before I release this information to you, I want your guarantee that you will take the job."
I mean, what's the danger level?
I feel like we already tacitly agreed to that. Sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. He lets you know that down the Nordeastern Road, there's a town called Cliffside. It's called Cliffside because it literally hangs off a cliff. There's an inn that hangs off the very edge of the cliff. They heard tale that a cave opened up beneath Cliffside Inn you would need to rappel down into it. But according to those who are from Cliffside, an incredible amount of extremely rare culinary delights have been found there. And this is something that most likely is getting out as he speaks to yeah, no kidding. Getting out to other parties and interested groups. So don't expect to be the only people headed there. He reaches around behind his desk and he pulls 2 large packs and throws them down, and they have climbing gear attached to them. Says this will require scaling down the cliffside. It'll be quite dangerous.
Not if you can fly.
Well,
can you fly? Can you make us fly?
He looks at you and says, "No, if I could make you fly, I would have already done that."
Not you. I'm talking to Diane.
I see.
Don't be rude.
Ooh, you're rude.
Mammalian interactions are still confounding to me.
Can you, Danthus?
Again, he thought you were talking to him. He's like, me. And you say Dianthus, and he's like, oh, okay.
I can. I just have to figure out if I can do something big enough to take you with too.
Oh, okay. Well, it would be great if you took me with you next time.
Yeah. I'm gonna think about this.
Okay.
Well, I would think about it while you ride.
Yeah, that's good.
Should you push the horses I have secured for you, it will still be at least a day. Jefferson has informed me that another massive storm is on its way. I could not tell you if it will arrive before or after you leave or return, but as you both are well aware of, because of your lost time, being caught out unawares on the roads in this part of the world can be a death sentence. I promise you both 100 gold pieces upon return, and 10% of whatever is earned off of the goods you return with.
10% in coin or 10% in goods?
In coin.
Okay.
We've come to an accord?
We've come to an accord. Recorded.
He stands up, his tall, slim form. He's got kind of a larger tail, though, kind of swooshes back and forth. He opens the door, and you're inundated with Gelda and Bosco just throwing lists at you of things that they want. He kind of pushes his way through them all the way outside with you in tow and says, these items, while important, are not as important as ensuring that you get as much of this as possible. Again, be aware there will be others, I'm sure, showing interest.
Understood. Any idea of the caliber of interlopers we might run into?
He turns and kind of looks over in a direction you at first don't really see what he's looking at, and then you see out carousing around a cart, and as they're still working on the hall, you see the Unchained Devils drinking and carrying on. He said, I would assume that you can expect a similar caliber to the individuals who had this building constructed.
I don't think I know anything about the Unchained.
You've met them. They're adventurers who seem to roll in every couple years. They were dicks to you.
Oh, that's right.
they had the building built that where you now live, or where at least your guild house is.
That's right. That's right. That's right. They're the old guys.
Yeah, like an aging rock and roll band who now play state fairs.
Yeah, like that motorcycle movie with Chris Rock and
yes,
Kevin James or whoever, Tim Allen, some bullshit.
Yeah. So that's who they are.
Okay. Well, that's fine. We should go though, Dianthus, and then he'll. You said he was down there with his cart of wares and.
Yes.
Okay, he'll turn to his troll pal and he'll say, "Are you good to get this home, Rory?"
Oh, to Rory.
Formerly son, now Rory.
So would you take Rory with you, because Rory doesn't look. Rory looks like kind of like a parts of a troll.
No, I think he would take Rory with. I think that he would be like he is trying to instill into Rory that like you are not only the purveyor, you are also the maker. People will get to know you, and like it's going to get better from here. So
make me a percentage roll, please.
Okay. $49.
Actually heard that sound effect this time.
Clink, clink.
So between you and Jefferson and Adeline, Rory has a very, very basic kind of, he's squeezed in it a little bit, like exoskeleton built out of random metal and wood.
Mm-hmm.
So he's mobile. It's not being rebuilt fast enough to keep up with his consistent growth, but it does give him the ability to be bipedal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming currently he wears kind of a cloak and robes that are fine. They're in fine cloth,
Mm-hmm.
but they kind of keep him slightly obscured.
Probably.
Who does Roy sound like?
Rory, I feel like Rory sounds kind of like Balder / Ferdinandish, like that. These sort of like deep voice,
deep and southern,
little bit southern. Not like
you've got a deeper
hillbilly,
voice than I do.
a little more cowboy. Like that in that range.
Okay.
This
is why I can do that.
That
might take me a little bit of time, but I'll make sure that I can get the cart back. Do you want me to press some wares ahead of time, or just call this day a loss?
Oh, whatever you're comfortable with. There is a storm moving in. I don't want you to get caught in it. So be safe. But if you want to remain, of course.
You see two dwarves walk over. You know they're parts of the Chain Devils, and they're kind of like looking over in your wares. If it ain't the meat man, hey meat man, what do you got in the cart?
Hebron doesn't respond to meat man.
Not sure you should.
One of them is you see that Ludwig is staring at you, and the other one, Wolfgang, hits him with his elbow and goes, "Not that meat man, I'm talking about that meat man." He looks up at the troll. He looks up at Rory.
You don't have to respond to meat man, Rory.
Oh, look at them, too uppity to give us a little business. Our coin spends like anyone else's.
Well, you can address us properly, or there's signage in front of
you. Oh, you
don't
have mate to tell? Is that what you're telling me?
How to read?
Yeah, no fun.
No, just a question. If you need help with the signage, I'm here to help. But
they look at each other. Make me an insight check.
Do I need to roll an insight check to see if they think he's an asshole?
No.
That's actually 17.
They can't read. Neither one of them can read. What you have learned about them in the mere time you're aware of them is they are kind of soccer hooliganish, but they're also have a you've heard tale of them that they're also wildly murder hobo-ish, greedy and narcissistic. So like they're not quite the kind of guys you'd want to trifle with, because they're the type of guys who will come for you. And as you well know, as a half elf, they're dwarves and they will keep coming until you put them in the ground, and then they still might keep coming.
They might. Sprung will just say it. Is there anything you're looking for? You're not going to find finer quality meat confectionery or meat confectionery.
They kind of look at each other and like they weren't expecting you to actually offer them goods. Well, Ludwig, what we want? I heard that over there where you live, they have fine elk, and that you might make cured elk. I haven't had cured elk in a moon.
Sure. Absolutely. He'll grab some of the I feel like Tiburon, like it's a cart, but it's also like that sort of like bespoke boutique shop where it's like it's wrapped already. There's like a strip of brown parchment around it, like some twine, like it's parceled out, and he like hands one over. How many would you like?
They look at each other.
It's of good provenance. I Eldritch blasted it myself.
6.
6? Sure. Wonderful.
They're both like when they're like sniffing it, and finally like Ludwig looks at Wolfgang and he finally pulls out a piece and he starts eating it. He's like, "Oh, brother, this is, you do well, meat man."
Thank you kindly. You'd be surprised at how much of what you get out there is just roadkill, but everything I sell is fresh cut.
You say that, and they don't catch it at all. They just keep a hole. Rory leans down, and out of one of the pouches in his robe, he pulls out 2 very black candies on sticks, like suckers. And he says, "How about you?" Goddamn, I lost it. "How about you try one of these as a dessert on the house?" And they kind of look at him, and his big green hand pulls back inside the robe. And they take them, and they look at him, and they look at you. And Ludwig pushes in close to you. He says, "You got dwarf's blood in you. How can you stand at abomination?"
I'm sorry, that's my friend.
It's a troll.
He saved my life.
Trolls ain't no friend of dwarves.
Well, it's funny. You've already expanded your culinary horizons at this con just moments ago. Perhaps a few more visits and you'll expand your worldly horizons as well. Now,
Wolfgang stops and puts his hand on Ludwig's shoulder, and he says, "The last time I expanded anything with a troll was the stomach, when I cut them out and fed them to him."
Wow.
And then he pops the sucker in his mouth. He goes, "But that's pretty good, troll." And then they walk away laughing. And you realize they didn't pay you a single cent. And they're just laughing the whole way back to the building that's under construction.
Tiburon will he'll sort of trot behind really quick and say, "Pardon me, sirs, pardon me."
They just act like they don't hear you, and they just keep on walking. Like,
okay, then he says to the one who was meanest to Rory, he says, "I suggest you pay for that."
Ludwig turns around and smiles, and he goes, "You can smile his like missing tooth grin." He says, "You can suggest all you want."
Oh, that wasn't a question; it was a spell.
You win some, you lose some, troll lover. And they walk away.
No, he literally cast the spell suggestion.
He cast what?
Suggestion. The spell.
All right. What's
so
what I need to roll?
Saving throw of 14.
Shit. All right. I failed it, and he goes, "Oh, I got this." And he walks by, and he's like, "What was it?
Tiburon doubles the price.
2 gold." Now he's gonna haggle with you, so you better get ready to haggle. He is a greedy ass dwarf, so he will haggle.
It's 4.
4.
6 for the 6 for 4. That's a good deal.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Are you shitting me? 4. 2.
4.
Are you shitting on my face?
Are you shitting on my face? I'll give you 2 silver.
That's even worse. 3
silver.
Gold.
2 gold. 2 silver.
Sure.
He reaches in a fat sack. I mean, you get a little glance over and you see there's like jewels, all kinds of shit in there. And he pulls out 2 beat up gold coins and he kind of bites on them first and he flips them over to you. And then 2 of the tiniest silver pieces you've ever seen. One is like bent almost like a U, occasionally when you get a penny that looks like it's been run over by a train. And he throws it to you. And he goes, "Maybe you are a dwarf after all." And he kind of jogs off, sucking beer off of a tiny cask.
Duran will go back and give the coins to Rory and just say, "Don't ignore that." Just I had a thought in my mind and it disappeared. He just says to Rory, like, it's taken care of.
Well, I think one thing to remember about Tiburon is I don't forget anything. I'm well aware of who they are, and now I'm well aware of where they live.
Oh, shit.
I like you a lot, Rory. I'm glad we're friends.
Well, I don't necessarily mean I'm going to kill them. I just mean we know what prices to charge when they come back around.
Very true. But I also like that it's on the table. And
he smiles. You get a like you can see like the hood is way down, but you can see like that part of his face it's formed kind of into a genuine smile.
But we need to leave. But when you do get back to the shop, can you remember we had talked about it earlier? We were going to repurpose that divinity that didn't quite come out. We were going to cure the venison with it and just see what happens. So please remember to do that.
He pulls out a tiny pad and scrawls on it. That it's the hand that's holding the pad is actually wood. On the other hand, it's this oversized clawed hand. And he's using this tiniest of pencils. It's got it squeezed between his fingernails, his blackened nails, and he scrawls it out. He's got really elegant handwriting at the same time. And then he reaches into the cart and he pulls out a wrap of food. And he says, "You'll need provisions for the road."
Oh, thank you. I would have forgotten. So thank you, Rory.
I'll see you when you get back.
Of course. And stay safe in the storm.
You see him look up and you get a good look at like the half face that he has. Because I think we got a little bit of time.
Sure.
Plenty of time to grab a little more roadkill. And he winks his one formed eye at you.
Well,
oh no, did you see Spike's suggestion?
Did he go? Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney
Yeah.
Todd it?
I was like, you mean mini golfing?
No, the Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
It's a way to get more meat.
There's always bananas in the banana stand, George Michael. All right. So you get your horses, and the road is actually a well cleared, reasonably kept up road you've never been on before. And all I want you both to do is make me one dex check. We're gonna streamline some of this.
Combined or each?
Each, please.
Oh.
It'll affect you both. So.
Sorry, my audio cut out. What am I checking?
Dexterity, please.
Dexterity. Okay.
16. Which is good because I have a +1. Good.
8.
Perfect. Are you going to push your horses? Are you going to ride through the night? Or are you going to just try to bed down and take the extra time?
So directionally, do we think we are riding away from the storm or into it? We should push the horse.
We should push it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you get to Cliffside, your horses are exhausted.
It's okay. We don't need them going down the cliff, so they get to stay behind.
A young like teenager takes him. He's like, "How hard did you push these horses?" And he's like brushing him out, and he's like, I got him. And he kind of looks at you animals, and takes him into a stall next to the Cliffside Inn. So Cliffside is kind of like a jagged. I mean, like when I say it's an overhang, I mean it's an overhang. Off Cliffside, it goes far down. This is part of where when the body that hit the planet and made the chaos scar, another part of it hit here. And this is turned into a lake and a series of rivers called the Fingers. Cliffside is way up at the top of that area, hanging over. It's only been around for about 10, 11 years. But it's really turned into a little boom town. The biggest thing is like when you start to come in, you see a big cloth sign that's been hung over like the entrance on the road. And it says the 6th annual Soap Makers Jamboree.
By the way, I give the boy 5 gold to take care of our horses.
5 gold? God damn.
I got a lot of gold.
It's just like spend it like it's burning a hole in your pocket.
I got
you do that, and he like goes, "Oh my gosh," and he runs off. Like I said.
Oh no! Yes, definitely gotta give him the 5 gold now.
You're stopped, and a man kind of leaning against the stall. I guess it'd be like a barn. He says, "Whoa, new faces! You must be here for the jamboree."
I'm sorry, I've never burrito jam in my life. What is that?
Oh, you're missing out. Only the finest jamming of burritos go on here.
Is it happening right now?
It hasn't kicked off for the night just yet.
Okay, wait. I need to know, is it spelled jamboree or is it spelled jamboree?
No, it's jamboree. Like a jamboree.
I was like, if it was jamboree, Tiburon's really just making out really good here.
Says, we've had people come in all day. Where are you folks from? Supposed to be throwing around that kind of coin.
Oh, Burwich.
Yeah.
Really?
Restwell Keep.
Really?
Wow. He kind of brushes his hands off and wipes them off on his pants. He's wearing like a leather apron, but only from the waist down. And he's got kind of a nicer shirt on. And he puts his hands out and he says, Jean-Paul Salt, you've already met my son, Elliot.
Wrong. shakes his hand. Pleasure.
Interesting. Are you here for the jamboree, or are you here for other reasons?
We have other reasons, but
that's what you get for that.
Wow.
I knew somehow you would slip it in today, but I wasn't sure how. It's fucking Brie mode.
There's an episode of Total Divas where they're in Paris, and they go to like I don't remember if it's like a wine place or like a cheese place, but anyway, they're doing like various divas.
Instantly, 2 people stopped watching.
Oh no!
That was the most fortuitous drop off of all time.
Wow.
Well, like, anyway, Total Divas, bye.
And then so there's this. I used to be able to find a GIF of it, but it's like Brie Bella, and they're like, and now we'll try the Brie, and it's just like it's very good.
Wow.
Good.
I will say this, Warrior. Anytime you want to do a full Total Divas watch along, episode by episode breakdown, I'd do that with you.
Maybe.
Because that sounds horrific.
Sounds like a great Extra Life thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. That would be amazing.
Maybe a great like 11 p.m. Extra Life thing.
This year we're trying not to raise any money for children. We'll be watching Total Divas. In
fact, we'll be
2012 reality show.
Wait, let's aim for 6 a.m. No one watches at 6 a.m.
We'll only watch the Rusev episodes.
We'll watch the ones where tater salad is his most tater salady. He says, I'm John Paul Salt. I'm actually I'm like the archivist librarian. I own the Cliffside Inn, and I'm mayor. I guess as well. So I'm always intrigued when new people come into town. I haven't seen anybody from Restwell here, probably since town was founded.
Well, those of us in the Restwell area, we don't have much need for an inn because we all rest so well.
That's that wood I've been missing.
There it is.
How is Restwell?
Diane, how is it? I don't live there.
It's just fine. I travel around a lot, so I'm not there all the time, but it's a place to be.
I bet it is. I would like you both to make me insight rolls.
And it sounds like your fabric just got dropped off.
Yes.
17.
Our mailman shows up at 7:49 p.m. apparently.
Motherfucker. I missed Tim.
21.
Oh shit. I miss Tim so much.
I miss Tim too. Tim was a great postman. Oh, Shaggy, that was good.
Do not encourage this type of behavior. With a 21, Dianthus, with a 17, Tibron, you can't tell if this is just someone who's extremely inquisitive and interested, kind of in a politicking way. Dianthus, you though see past that and you realize this person is literally just trying to get information from you. There's a huge interest in Restwell from this person. It's like they're trying to work around asking you very direct questions. Oh shit, Warrior, are we going to do that? Are we actually going to do that?
I don't know. Right now I'm just being a dick, but maybe.
Because if you want to.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough passion left for the Total Divas.
Want to?
Can I tell if it's like malicious or just like I need information because I need to bring more people in town?
No, it doesn't feel malicious, but it definitely feels like someone who has a vested interest in Restwell.
Mm.
And just as you're kind of getting a feel for that, and you see that there's some folks like in the area, and they're picking what looks to be like a very specific type of berry you've never seen on plants that are only growing from large piles of snow. Because remember, it's winter. So he goes, perhaps we can catch up at another time. I'll catch you at the inn. It's the only one in town. So sorry. He kind of laughs and he heads past you. And then you look behind you and you see another group of people on horses coming to town. And they are obviously not here for the jamboree.
We need to go.
Okay, we'll fly already. Like it could happen. You're the flyer. You're the wind beneath our wings.
Can we get somewhere inconspicuous to leave?
You go around the backside of the inn and you walk snap dab into the jamboree.
I said inconspicuous, not into a group of people.
You see these old men, toothless men, and they're just like almost dancing around this massive cauldron. And they're putting herbs and fat and mushrooms into it. There's like people playing washboards and fiddles, and it's like all these people, and some are dancing in twos and fours, and there's just this almost electric atmosphere. And you literally just kind of stumble into it, and people, they don't look at you and go, oh. Instead, people are like, hey, like they've known you your whole life, and they just like welcome you into this.
But they let us add something to the thing?
You want to ask them about the soap makers?
What is this? Where are the
The
servers?
smell is very strong, but like every time a new ingredient gets added, like a different whiff comes out very distinctly, and it's the scent is very pungently pleasing.
Is there even a code check at this
point? Is it really meant to be like a community making something?
It's a jamboree. It's a festival.
Yeah, go ask. Go find out.
I want to know if I can add something.
If they're putting people in there, we should know now because we'll have to kill them all later.
That probably too. Yes.
Are you gonna go ask somebody?
Yeah.
Man, woman, child.
Woman.
Woman. Okay. You go up to a woman, and
I don't want to talk to the toothless men. That seems weird.
Well, there's a whole bunch of toothless men.
I know.
And they're the ones dancing around and like putting ingredients in.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, I didn't even see you. Oh, she starts brushing off. She's peeling potatoes.
No.
And she stops and she says, have we met before? You look very familiar.
I don't believe so. This is my first time at the jamboree.
Well, now we've met. And she reaches in and gives you a big hug. Is she human or is she of a different race?
I don't know who lives there. And who lives there?
It's an eclectic place.
Oh. So, I'm assuming a different race.
Okay. What race? What race is she?
You're asking an awful lot for me to do last minute brain stuff. Okay.
Just pick one. It doesn't have no thought has to be into it. It just has to be like, oh, it's this.
I'm just trying to remember them all. Give me a second. I think she's short.
It's a dwarf?
Yeah. No. What's the
Gnome. Halfling.
Gnome. Let's do
Gnomeling.
No.
No.
That's real short.
No,
she's a gnome and she grabs you around your one leg. And she's like,
I'll get low to hug her. It's fine.
Okay. And she's like, well, pull up a stump.
I don't have much time. I'm just passing through. I'm just kind of curious.
It's the jamboree. Everybody has time.
I will be coming back. I do have an appointment this afternoon, but I will be coming back.
Honey, this is the only appointment anybody has.
Nearby.
Oh. Oh, are you talking about?
What kind of vibe do I get from her?
Just a friendly one. There's no like insidious nature to it whatsoever. She's not like scamming you. She just like.
Well, she's not one of the people that we saw coming into town looking for stuff. Are they? They're not
No,
around, are they?
no. They went there. They headed towards the inn to like go into the inn
Okay.
because they wanted to get rooms to stay like normal people would.
Yeah, I want to go hit the cave first. Figure out rooms later on. It's fine. I feel like I could trust her, right?
I mean, she's
I get
giving
the
you a
vibe.
reason not to.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, we could be here for that. Just kind of like wink, wink.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we could work out a little bit of an exchange. You could give me something, and then I could give you about downstairs.
What kind of things are you looking for?
Honey, I don't care as long as it's something for my time.
Oh. Are you looking for something to contribute to the
Oh,
mix
no.
with?
No.
Okay.
That's the toothless men handle all that. None of us deal with that. They made their pact. We don't get involved in that. We just celebrate the fact that it happens and what gets made. I mean, to be honest, I'd have to pull all my teeth out if I wanted to be involved in that magic.
Part of me kind of wanted to add something because I have like several different types of mushrooms. One of growing, one of glowing. Just get weird with it.
You could go to one of the toothless men.
Well, we'll see yet. I don't mind some info.
To do my toothless talk like this. You want me to do this talk the whole time?
But that's okay. Warrior, how do you feel about melodic marbles? We don't need those, do we?
I don't have strong feelings about marbles in general.
Because when you roll them, they emit harmonious hum. Well, I wonder how many are in the bag.
Are you sure you're not related to those dwarves from earlier?
Oh, God. I would have you roll a d25 times. I'll tell you how many marbles are in the bag.
How do you do a d25?
A d20 5 times.
Oh, 5 times.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of marbles, actually.
It's a bag of marbles. It could be as little as 5, depending on how well you roll.
True. I just feel like that would be the coolest thing to give her because when you roll them, they have a tune to it.
It's a cool magic item that you probably won't ever use in any practical way.
Well,
so it's giving it away or selling it or trading it is kind of cool.
I got these here round rocks. What play Camptown races when you roll?
I thought keeping 1 or 2 could be nice because they could roll into a room and be like a sound distraction.
I love the idea of you're going to pull this bag out and go, hold on a second, and then pull out a couple. I'm like, I'm keeping these. These are for me.
I mean, she's getting a whole bag. I think I could keep a couple.
Unless you roll shitty, and then you might get to keep.
I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm gonna try. I'll even try to take them out before she even sees me grabbing the whole thing out, so she doesn't have to know she's missing any.
How many does it have in it, Cassandra?
Well, I'm already at 28.
Nice. Did you roll a crit?
No, I rolled a 10 and an 18. Now I rolled a 19 and a 12.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider. Roll me one more 20-sider.
I was like, I don't know if you really want me to roll that many. And then a 4.
You can grab 4.
Okay, I'll take 4. She can have all the rest. I'll give her No, I've come across these. They're beautiful. You're gonna love these.
Well, I mean, what do they do?
I take one out and I just kind of roll it a little bit in my hand. Makes
Ain't
a nice.
That the damnedest. All right. You ain't gotta sell me anymore on it. That's outstanding. What do you want to know?
Sorry, shaky. Is there another way down there?
No. No, it's just off the cliff.
Okay.
Elliot stumbled in across it when he was doing a little, what's this call it, courting.
Oh, lovely. Is there
Oh, not like that. Just he was trying to show off,
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's hard to be the mayor's son, especially when the mayor's got such a reputation.
Okay. Is there anything I should be prepared of that, like, a non-local wouldn't know?
You'd have to be a little more specific than that. This is Cliffside, baby. All bets are off.
Well, I mean, we've heard the tales of what's down there, but they don't always tell you
From who? The
everything.
only person who's been down there is Elliot. And the only person he told was his papa.
Do you think Elliot stretched the truth?
No. It's a goddamn warrior. No, that boy's as crooked as his daddy can be. He's as straight as the day is long.
Okay. Because we didn't hear about whether we just heard that there was stuff down there. We didn't necessarily hear if there was like creatures or anything, right?
No, he just said when he went in there was a wondrous cave full of lush greenery and just unbelievable foods, roots, spices. It didn't look like it was anything from around here.
No gems, right?
No, this is. If it would have been gems, my family would have already dug down.
Well, I've run into a beast with gems, and I'd rather not run into one again.
Fair enough. I would say that if it weren't me was going down to do that, I'd do it as soon as the night hit. But it's going to be windy out, and the wind howling through those caves, the pockmark on the side of the cliff, that's dangerous. But I've already seen 2 other larger groups roll through here this earlier today and take up inside the inn. So, and with that third coming behind you, I got a feeling it's going to be first come, first serve down there. She looks down and sees your weapon and looks over at Tiburon and says, I don't know you all very well, or at all, beyond these marbles we done shared.
Gotta share my marbles.
But then she looks over and you see a half-orc get off of a Clydesdale-sized horse, and he's got 6 weapons on his body. He looks like a Wayne Reynolds art piece, as far as all the gear he's packing. And she's like, I'm just saying.
Do I get the feeling I have to wait till dark?
No, you get no feeling about anything. She's just telling you, that, hey, some adventurers who look like stereotypical adventurers have rolled into town, as opposed to a rock genasi, or an earth genasi, and a half elf who's dressed more like a business person than an adventurer.
What part of the Adventures Guild?
Because I've always assumed Tiburon's dressed not like a straight up adventurer. He's dressed more like a pseudo businessman.
Tiburon has always been had a high end look to himself. He used to wear leathers under a very expensive looking dark fur collared coat. And the leathers were very intricate and fancy, but he doesn't wear them anymore because he knows mage armor. He's very overdressed.
Okay, yeah, I was kind of picturing him
stylishly
dressed like Keldor from the second season of Masters of the Universe.
He's kind of like if when he's like in any comedy movie where the like person who like lives in New York has to go back to their like small time with
Every
town.
Hallmark movie.
Yeah, and so he's very stylish. He doesn't look stuffy, and he doesn't look.
That's what I was saying. That's why I said Keldor, because I was thinking like a very rakish figure.
Yeah, he is very rakish. Yes.
So yeah, you don't look like an adventurer.
No, he doesn't at all.
It's okay.
And I'm not sure what Dianthus ever looked. I don't think I've ever asked.
I don't think I've ever officially decided. Probably something like, I can see it in my head, but I don't know what the character actually is. I would say like flowy pants, very neutral colors, probably like vest, no sleeves, kind of, unless you're wearing a coat, like it's cold out kind of situation, but something that she can move in, and then
sounds almost like martial arts style dress.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I think there's is it I think it was what I was picturing, maybe like a Keyleth Critical Role, like kind of like, because she was very monkey. I was thinking like that, something like that.
Yeah, or like Tong from Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something she can move in, and because she's
kind of the bigger flowy pants, and like
something that will drop out when she changes form, and
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So she says, I don't think, and she looks over and another direction you hadn't caught, and there's another group that are obviously adventurers that seem like they've been here for a while, and they are shit-faced. They are drinking and eating and partying and carousing. She's like, I don't think they're going down to Cliffside tonight.
Yeah. I just had an idea that I was like, oh, shit, I need to look that up. Okay, sorry.
So that's kind of what she tells you.
Okay.
Did I give her a name?
If you did, I didn't write it down. I was busy.
We're going to say her name's Bev.
Bev. Hey, Bev.
She said
she was a halfling. Gnome. We said gnome.
No. She says, well, these potatoes ain't going to peel themselves. And she smiles and gives you a wink. And she says, if you need anything, honey, you can come talk to me.
I appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
Maybe we'll shoot some marbles. She smiles real big.
Good. If Tiburon wasn't there, I'm going to immediately go talk to him about, like, we're going to have to go down probably sooner rather than later.
So the only person you know who's been down there is Elliot, which is John Paul's son.
That's the guy I gave 5 gold to. Right? Maybe we should go check in on the horses.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think they've gotten better in the past few minutes.
But Elliot's been down there, and so maybe we can get a little extra info.
I mean, you guys could both do that together, or you could split up. You could split the party.
I could go do that.
Because this really is a party.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to split the party.
Tiburon wants to party. I just was like, my brain had a moment of like, do we have something in our bag that we could maybe incapacitate most of the other adventurers?
I don't.
But I don't think. I know. I was trying to like look at the list of the. The only thing we really have that we could maybe sneak them would be the candies, and that would really help them more than hurt them, unless they rolled bad. But I don't think I want someone to have the potential to have dragon's breath. That seems like a bad idea.
I mean, that sounds like a you problem.
That would be a problem for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Not unless we want to make them glow. Okay. Nope. Okay. I'm sorry. I just want to double check real quick. I mean, Tiburon, if you can get them all drunk so they can't come down the first night, that'd be great. Do you know a way to do that? Start a party?
How to get people drunk. Do I know how to get people drunk?
Yeah.
I feel like that's sort of, I mean, I suppose I could try.
The less competition we have, the better.
Do you really think anyone's going to head down tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like most people are serious. Obviously, that group over there isn't, but
see what I can do.
okay.
Tiburon,
Shit, we're splitting the party of 2.
Tiburon, make me a perception check.
17.
You sorry, I just got your message. You look over and you see a woman take her helmet off who came in with that second group, who's a half orc, and she catches your eye and she goes, "As I live and breathe, Tiburon Sausalito." And she walks over to you and she says, "I told you the next time I saw you, I was going to kill you."
Please don't.
And then she hugs you and she says, "Where have you been, you scoundrel?"
Oh, here, there, scoundreling across the countryside. What brings you here?
Oh, you know me.
The jamboree. Are you jamboreeing? Jamboreeing?
I'm always up for a good jamboree. Tiburon, you know that. Tibbs, you know that well enough. There's goods afoot. Let's put it that way. I'm assuming, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'll know you're lying, that you're here for the same reason I am. Tiburon, who is this half-orc woman and how do you know
her? This half-orc woman is a social acquaintance from Bursbank, which is where Tiburon's hometown is. They both traveled in the same elite social circles of the.
What's her name again?
Her name is Saska. And she, they traveled in the same circles. They were kind of frenemies, I think, in that way that, like, they got along sometimes, but they would, spread rumors or stab each other in the back when they needed to, or it behooved them, a very, very like Bridgerton-y sort of relationship,
Yeah, I kind of a picture that maybe she's like a duelist.
Yeah.
So she's got, like, she comes from money. Mm-hmm. So this like adventuring thing is basically like what I do on the side to stave off boredom.
Yeah, totally. Just like, like in in Portlandia, it's like all of the
Shaggy. No, see, Shaggy, that was so good because I thought it was Spike. Well played.
It's all of the it's like in Portlandia, all of the like trust fund kids who go
yes
like very that.
Perfect.
You said she was half orc?
Yeah, she's half orc. She's got like very olive skin, but tinted like a very subtle green. She's got a tiny scar that kind of runs down her lip, like she got nicked with a blade. She's, I don't know what you would call this for a female presenting person, but almost like foppish.
Okay.
She has a very intricate helmet. Her armor and chain and everything, while functional, looks like it's constantly being polished.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, This is
Yeah, I just was putting something in my some things in my notes.
very, very, very wants you to know they come from money.
I'm gonna go get your package before I forget again, so it's not out there too long.
So she says, I've never known you to be much of a one to get their hands dirty. So I'm intrigued to know, are you here alone, Tiburon?
No, of course not.
As I
Show up for the
thought.
party
Oh,
alone.
neither mind. She kind of gestures over, and you see 5 other folks. The big one that stands out is the big half orc, who looks like the other half of him is probably a Goliath. He's big, and he is decked out, and you don't think he could get on a regular sized horse because it would break its back. So there's a reason he's on a Clydesdale. He looks like a walking wall.
Well, you certainly spared no expense.
Oh, no expense at all. It's interesting what you can do with a little bit of leverage and the right magic items.
Sure, I'll bet. Any new ones, new magical items for you? Any new baubles in your life?
Wow. And she pulls off her gloves, and you see that both of her hands are just laden with rings.
Oh, just a few.
Just a few.
You've learned restraint since I last saw you.
Well, you know me. I like to be fancy, but not gaudy.
Sure, never. I've never known you to be gaudy, ever.
She's like, perhaps we could, well, if we're after the same thing, which I believe we probably are, perhaps we could work out a mutually beneficial relationship here.
Such as?
Well, we're both going for the same thing, so why not split the risk and the profit? Well, to a reasonable degree. Otherwise, I could just buy you off if that would make it easier for you.
Well, that's no fun. It's no fun to just.
I didn't think you'd take it. You're a glutton for punishment. You always have been. But I figured I'd at least offer.
I'm a glutton for fine cheese. I am not a glutton for punishment, but I do enjoy the work from time to time. It's fun to get my hands dirty.
A very, very slight. You think they're elven, but you're not sure. They look similar to elven, but you're not sure if they're actually elven or not. Walks over and says, I've secured the rooms. And then looks over at you and he says, I've never known you to have acquaintances who weren't on payroll. He takes a deep bow. And she says, oh, so dramatic.
It's so nice to be bowed to again. It's been a minute.
He bowed to you like he was introducing himself.
Tiburon is like John, sure. To say, it's an interesting offer you make. I'm inclined to go that way. I do need to speak with my compatriots, of course. When are you planning to head out?
She smiles and she says, Tiburon.
What?
Tibby.
What? Sasky.
She says, I'm not going to be telling you that.
What? Come on.
But I will say, as I'm going to enjoy the jamboree, the food is remarkably good here. The company, interesting to say the least.
It's colorful.
Have you ever tried the soap from here?
The soap?
Yes. Tiburon.
No.
You're denying yourself a true luxury.
Like,
and she kind of points over and she says, these soap makers, what they make it truly is magic. And I mean, Tiburon, it's magic.
Like magic. The soap the silk makers Okay.
You don't know. You really don't know, do you?
I don't. I just got here. I literally just
She snaps her finger, and the orc brings over a. He just picks up like a small table and brings it over and sits it down. And she says, "Sit, sit, sit."
I'm sitting. I'm only 4'8". It doesn't always look like I've changed heights when I sit down.
So she tells you, "These are the soap makers. Have you noticed anything about them?"
Have I noticed anything about them?
They're all toothless.
They don't have teeth. Is the soap made of their teeth?
No.
Is it tooth soap?
They are all thralls to a patron. One might say maybe a warlocks, an entire coven of warlocks.
Coven of toothless warlocks.
But they don't use magic the way that we would. They instead are artisans.
Fascinating.
No one knows who they are patroned by.
That's who it is. Dwayne Johnson is the tooth fairy. That's who it is.
Hey, you leave Nub Rubbins the fuck out of this. By the way, I didn't realize this until I got lost in the parking garage last Friday at United Hospital. But you know, my license plate is Nub.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I did not realize that. That is
incredible.
Fortuitous.
Yeah, like let's calm down. No one's getting their Nub Rubbins until next week.
She says, "Yes, this is this town. It's also, well, you're in where? Restwell? That's where you've scampered off to?"
Yes, sure. Ish.
Come, drink. And she takes a big shot and she pushes one over across to you.
Tiburon takes the shot.
Tiburon, are you in the good graces of the rulers of Restwell? Or are you going about your own way, as I've always known you to?
Oh, you know,
Tiburon, this is an important point between you and I. If I'm going to be honest with you, which you know I love to be, then I need to know where you stand politically.
I have good standing politically. I mean, it's a work in progress, of course. I'm new to the area, but
you stand well with the Church of Arathis in Restwell Keep, is what you're saying. Or are you continue to remain a political outsider?
I don't have any direct dealings with the church now.
Then what I tell you now should never be spoken of again in mixed company.
Okay.
She does another shot and pushes another one over to you.
Yeah. Cool.
Make me a con saving throw, please.
Oh.
At advantage this time.
Okay.
By the way, Ben, I also brought in a package that apparently you must have ordered bricks from Canada. It's fucking heavy.
Can't get enough of them Canadian bricks.
I don't know. It's so
I gotta
heavy.
get it now because with tariffs, it would be real expensive coming soon.
Yeah, no, I was like, what is this? But yeah, no.
I can't stop rolling 17s today.
Right,
hey, that's good.
She clasps her hand and says, "Have you met the mayor?"
Yes. Tiburon's met the mayor, right?
Yeah, you guys met him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes.
The mayor here.
Oh, this mayor. Yes.
Well, yes, technically, yes, that too.
Yes, we were greeted rather exuberantly.
Do you know who had control of Restwell before?
Was it the mayor?
Yeah.
Wow, he is hot.
He's one of the blades.
Really?
And Cliffside was made to be a permanent place for the crossroads. By your quietness, I'm assuming you do not remember what the crossroads are. The crossroads, and it doesn't matter because I mean we play so infrequently sometimes. Crossroads are kind of like a constantly moving black market. And the Blades were a group of 5 adventurers who controlled Restwell Keep before I can't remember a dude's name now, came in and took it from them. They were like neutral to neutral evil. Before Lord Drysdale came in and took it away from them. And the whole thing is at least 2 of them died, everyone says, but the rest of them did not. That they've scattered to the winds. So what Saska is telling you is this guy over here, the mayor, Jean-Paul Salt, is one of the Blades. So it would make him a very dangerous person.
Very dangerous. And it also makes his interest a lot clearer. He seems super interested in Restwell, my guy. And he's like,
well, when you want to know what's going on in your old stomping grounds, especially when you got ran the fuck out.
Wow, that's because the tea is piping hot. Where did you hear this?
I've been to the Crossroads Tiburon.
Oh.
Numerous times. And the things you hear there, there's an entire market just for information.
I'm sorry, the audio cut out for a second.
There's an entire sub-market at the Crossroads just for information.
Incredible.
One can get very well off trading there.
Sure.
And she pounds another shot and pushes another one at you.
Tiburon takes the shot and he's like,
make a con saving throw at regularly this time.
It's like Sesky. I'm small, man.
But you have such a constitution, Tiburon.
No, this isn't one of my sorcerer characters. I don't have much of a constitution. 12.
This one kind of starts to hit a little bit. Not bad, but you're like, I cannot keep this shit up.
Tiburon's saying to himself, he's like, I'm supposed to be getting everyone else drunk, but I'm getting hoisted by my own petard.
You realize that this person's doing the same shit you were doing.
I do not think he knows what I was saying.
Yeah. You said get drunk, right?
Listen. Strategy dictates one thing, but polite social company, it has its own mores. So
throw your lot in with me, Tiburon. I'll help you make connections here and to the Crossroads. We'll both reap the rewards of what we find below.
I'm very tempted.
You should be. And I would make you not just a hireling in this, Tiburon. I would make you a partner. 60-40.
In this venture.
In this particular venture. If it goes well, I would acquiesce to a 50-50 relationship going forward. Because there is a lot of information I don't know in that area. I know very little about Burwich and very, very little about the Howling Mines to the west.
Yes, I don't. Wow, the Howling Mines are fascinating, aren't they? All those tales.
So much silver said to be there, or to not be there.
Silver. Look at you caring about silver. I never thought I'd see the day.
Silver trades to gold, gold to platinum. And I'm being held by a family full of recluse drunks, just waiting to have it plucked out from underneath them. So what do you say, Tiburon?
Listen, I want to say yes.
Oh, I can tell. How about another shot? She takes one and pushes another one across the table at you.
I hate you so much. Just kidding, I love you. And then he I'll take the shot, and I gotta roll.
You do need to roll. You need to roll better than you rolled last time.
I did 15.
You're like, okay, I got a fire in my belly now. I'm holding up my end of the bargain here.
That wave when you like you're past buzz, you feel good, but before you get to drunk.
Okay. He's like, I'm not gonna elder blast my shorts anytime soon.
This is also very, very, very good whiskey.
Of course it is.
It's not like a sipping whiskey. It's like a it's been made by casks forged by fire genasi. And the liquid itself is like a burned amber mead that's been made into a whiskey. You've had it before, so you know she brought this. Like, this is not something you could get here.
Listen, I need to, at the very least, clue in my compatriot to.
Oh, just one?
Question mark.
Huh? What did
he's like compatriot, and then she's like, just one. He's like,
maybe.
Whiskey's loosened my tongue. Give me a moment. I'm going to go see about some soap, and then I'm going to talk to individuals about this partnership, and I'll be back.
The elf walks over and puts his arm out like he's walking you to prom to help you up.
Okay.
And walks you over to the fire area where they're throwing wood on the fire, and the toothless men are doing their dance while they're making their soap. He says, she speaks of you quite highly.
As she should, as I do of her.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what it is she sees in you. And he kind of looks you up and down. He says, but I'm sure I could learn too. Have you tried the soap?
I haven't. That's why I'm here.
Perhaps I can show you the soap.
Sure.
He snaps his finger and they bring
Tiburon, are you getting hit on?
And you are being propositioned right now, Tiburon.
I mean, right now.
We only have so much time.
Oh.
Make me a history check.
Okay. $18.
You realize at that moment, you're like, you aren't an elf. You're Shatter Kai. Which is the elves that live in the Shadowfell. So they're kind of hedonists and are always looking for the next thing. Give up. God damn it, Spike. Fair.
Listen, let's make it quick.
He smiles at you and says, I'll try my best. And you two disappear for a while. I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw first, though, Tiburon.
Okay. Oh no, that's the bad roll. That's a 6.
You both do have a inspiration. If I didn't tell you at the beginning. I generally let you guys start with one.
Oh, well then I'll try that again, because that's That's bad.
Gonna put that in my notes as Tiburon gets lucky.
Well, I rolled
Maybe.
one better. It's a
Oh
7.
no. Do you need
Um,
my inspiration to get lucky?
Listen. Look,
you come out of this Tiburon, not just on the end of the intoxication of the drinks, but that soap it's definitively magical. Like you have like the post business clarity, but also like that soap, you're like, holy shit, that's like very there's something that happens when you wash with that soap. Like it's good.
good soap.
Have you tried this? Have you tried the soap?
Have you tried the soap? Yeah, he'll. I assume he'll emerge and go try to find Dianthus.
So while Tiburon is soaping up,
Yes.
Dianthus, what are you doing?
I want to go. I want to go see Elliot, but I'll do it under the guise of that I'm checking on the horses to start
Okay.
with.
Elliot is taking care of the horses, and you can see like every once in a while, you kind of watch him a little bit first. He keeps looking over where the jamboree is taking place, kind of wistfully, and then kind of like doing the teenager thing, and he's like, "Ah." But he's doing what he needs to do, just unhappily.
Hey, Elliot, I just want to check on the horses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of horses. Oh, you're one of the people who almost killed the horse. Yeah, come on in. He walks you over, and the horses are dead ass tired. And he goes, I'm not going to tell you your business, miss, but you don't ride a horse like that.
We do not normally. We were in an incredible hurry today, so and we knew
You come
you'd
to
be
the
here to take.
jamboree?
Oh, of course. I've heard
Weird.
great things.
I mean, okay.
I've never been here before. It's my first jamboree.
Maybe it's because I've lived here since the place was founded that I've just kind of like slightly over the jamboree, but
Oh, you don't want to go join them?
I mean, no, I gotta take care of the horses. Plus, I'm grounded.
Grounded? What are you grounded for?
I may or may not have borrowed the hang glider and glided off the side of the cliff.
You know how to use a hang glider?
Yeah, like, have you met my dad?
I mean, just briefly. This is literally our first time in town.
He like knows how to do everything. It's scary.
Where do you think you learned that? I've never seen someone use a hang glider. I've seen a hang glider, but not someone use it.
I don't know. Like, I don't remember him very much when I was really young. But like when my mom passed away and he came and got me, it was like, I don't know. We just started doing everything together, and like he knows how to do everything. It's weird. And then he started this town, and yeah.
So you guys were the first people, like, you founded the town too.
Well, like part of the people that founded it, like not just us.
Oh yeah? There was other people here, or other people you brought in from another town?
Like the old guys, they came in pretty fast after. We steadied the place, but I mean, like people came.
Are you
My
talking
dad
about
like
the guys
knows
with the no
everybody.
teeth? You're talking about the guys with no teeth?
Oh, they had teeth when they first came.
What happened to their teeth?
Oh, for real? You don't know who the toothless men are?
No. Like I said, first time in town.
Yeah, they like have this secret person who gives them like their magic stuff, and then they gave their teeth away to like as to seal the deal.
Wow. That's commitment. I really
Nobody
like my
knows.
teeth.
Nobody knows. I think Dad might know, but like he's like sworn to secrecy or something. I don't know. He's
So where'd you
he
take the
like
hang glider that you got in trouble?
I told you I took her over the cliff.
But like, how'd you get back from the cliff if you
Oh,
took
I
it
just
over?
I found the spot and then I had to get back out of the spot and I caught a drift up. But
The spot.
yeah, there's like pock marks on the side of the cliff. There's all these little caves. It's kind of like hold a cheese down there.
I've never seen anything like that before. I mean, so there's this.
Lady, you know I'm a minor, right?
I don't. Like I said, first time in town. The only time I've seen holes is. Have you heard the story of old Gem Crust?
That's not real.
I've seen him. I fought him. He got away, but
for real?
I must have at least one gem in my pocket somewhere. Go pull out and show him.
He looks at it and he's like, hold on a second. And he holds a gem in his hand. He closes his eyes and he says, say that again.
Old Gem Crust?
What about old Gem Crust?
I have seen him.
He gets real quiet. And then he opens his eyes very slowly and says, holy crap, you're telling the truth. You realize he just cast on a truth.
Oh, shit, no. Okay.
This
I remember that, but that's great.
You did.
I know.
I wouldn't say I think baby's being a little reductive, but definitely a young dragon.
Yeah.
You're a monster.
You're a monster. He says, so like you're from like Restwell then?
Yeah.
I've always kind of wanted to go.
I say when you're old enough, you should go exploring.
I don't know if that's going to happen. My dad, not a fan of Restwell.
Why not?
I don't know. Just not a fan. He's not a fan of what Drysdale or whatever his name is, the guy who runs it, the weird, zealots of what, Arathis, I think he said they worship. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to it because it's not something I can actually do.
Well, when you get older, you should be able to go.
I got a feeling when we get older, I'm going to be doing this. I mean, nobody here has any interest in keeping things the way that they are. If my dad was to disappear or die or whatever, I think even now, and he looks down at himself and said, I would probably end up being mayor. You know how much everybody counts on him? Why do you think my punishment is doing chores? It's because I have to be responsible, and it's dumb sometimes.
Well, as someone who's left home to go out and about, it's possible.
How dare you? He just kind of goes, Gem Crust, really?
Do you want to keep that?
Can I?
Yeah.
He holds it and he pockets it and he says, all right, thank you.
But it's yours. Don't let anyone else have it.
Why would I give it to anybody else? This is one of the coolest things I own.
Some people take things when they find things they won't, so keep it safe.
He kind of smiles just a little bit, and you get the impression he knows more than he's letting on.
About Gem Crust or about
like he may not just be a snot-nosed teenager. Like
is he a young teenager or old teenager, like 13 or 17?
I was like 14.
14. So you're gonna sneak out and go back to this cave?
I thought about it, but I think my dad wasn't mad that I took the hang glider and that I broke it or anything like that. He was mad because I might have gotten hurt. Because when storms are, especially in winter, when the winds are unpredictable, I mean, if I would have crashed if I'd have wrecked the hang glider into the cave, I would have been screwed because I wouldn't be able to get out. He kind of looks at his own hands and he goes, I can climb, but that's too far. And if I just jumped into the fingers, I'd freeze to death. So,
do I know what the fingers are?
There's a massive lake off the behind the cliff, like it leads down to a massive body of water, and it's got it looks like a hand and 5 fingers. Like that. If you were to look from far up, it's what it looks like.
Okay.
This is like on the other side of the scar.
Okay.
Like if you looped all the way around. So like when you're standing on Cliffside, if you overlook, you can see like you can see far to like the behind where you would normally be able to see from where you're out facing the scar.
So Elliot, kind of intrigued by this cave you're talking about.
You want to go to the cave.
I think I do.
You don't think you do. Like, I hope you know Zone of Truth is a duration spell. he tells you that. Like, while you've been trying to get information from me, I've been getting information from you.
I would not be part of the Adventurers Guild if I didn't want to go out and do things.
Which guild?
Isn't it just the Adventurers Guild?
Finders Guild.
Finders Guild. Finders Guild. Wrong one. Sorry. Finders Guild.
He squints his eyes and he says, I don't know that one.
I get to go out to lots of places and do lots of things. Let me tell you, I have... what's the thing called? Hold on. What is the thing in the pit?
Odiug?
Yeah. I've met an Odiug. I am...
When you say meet, did you...
I may bring treats to them quite frequently.
Okay. He again, you can see him close his eyes and concentrate, and he's like...
I try to, in some way, explain the impenetrable fortress of Dib.
You just see him finally he sits down on a hay bale. He rather than kind of having that defensive kind of stance, he actually now is listening. It's more like, okay, this is you're telling stories.
Talk about my friend the bear. What was the last thing I did? I talk about bringing the kids back from the was it the Feywild? No, is that it?
Yeah,
Feywild. Yeah. I wouldn't go do these things if I didn't want to go find something new and interesting to go look at.
So you want to go look at it?
I want to go in and see what's in it.
All right. Hold on.
Why is he so sad about it?
He's not sad. He's just thinking.
Oh.
He comes back and he's got an interesting set of climbing gear. And he stuffs it in a bag, and it's a small satchel bag, and he stuffs it all in there, and it somehow fits.
Mm-hmm.
So you recognize, that's a bag of folding this 14-year-old has.
That's a good bag he's got.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, okay. And he closes his eyes and he concentrates. And a version of him splits off of him and starts doing work. And he's like, I don't know how long I can keep that illusion there and how good it'll hold. So we don't have a whole lot of time.
Are you coming with?
How else are you going to get down there? No offense, lady, but if you knew where it was and you had to get there, you wouldn't be trying to convince me to show it to you.
Well, you don't have to show it to me. You can explain things because I have a way of getting down there that is going to be much faster than yours.
He looks at me and he goes, "You're a caster."
I think you would consider Druid a caster.
Yeah.
I have spells. Yeah.
You recognize he is also a caster.
Yeah. I was trying to decide if I was going to waste one of my things, but I can't remember how many I have all of a sudden.
He says, "You're going to fly down there, aren't you?"
Gonna try.
I'll tell you what. Do that. But make sure you save a teleport spell. Because the winds.
Well, fly.
Fall.
Spider climb. Just about anything.
Oh, he looks at you then he goes, "I never thought about using that." Then he opens up a pouch and he looks at it and he goes, "Crap. I don't have the components." He's like, "Come on, I'll show you how to get there."
I don't want him to be unsafe though, because if he dies, I'm gonna be so sad.
He walks you way around the jamboree, like through some woods.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just gonna let Tiburon and go without?
I know. I want to try to find him. I don't want to do this alone. So I don't know if I see him on my way over, if I can.
You see Tiburon leaving the inn.
Can I see him enough to wave him down?
You can. He looks slightly distracted. You'd have to go up to him.
I'll go up to him. Be like, "Hold on, Elliot."
He smells incredible.
And this soap is incredible. Also, I've been drunking the competition, and they are very
thorough.
So you took my suggestion very literal, I see.
The social norms, Dianthus. You can't, if someone is like, "Have a shot," you can't be like, "No, not."
I mean, you can, but it's okay.
We can't do it.
This might give you some nerves to go do
I
what we need to do next.
I come from very
land down under.
I come from very lofty social circles. There's it's a ballet of backstabbing and drinking and fucking and
I was gonna say fornicating, but you went a different route.
Eating.
He's drunk enough.
A very pale-skinned elf comes out the door here shortly after Tiburon straightening his jerkin. He says, "Oh, you've moved on so quickly, Tiburon." He looks at Dianthus.
My friend.
We're not together.
Dianthus. This is Dianthus, my friend.
He bows deeply, kisses your hand, and says, "Toth, I'm charmed."
Oh,
nice to meet you.
Sure
did Tiburon know beforehand, or is this the first time you heard this name?
It's a very nice name.
Good job, Tiburon. Toth, it was lovely to meet you.
Likewise. I'm sure, he looks directly at Tiburon, we'll be working together again very, very soon.
Will we?
We should. Yes. And while I'm at it, Toth, nice jerkin,
I feel like I look better with it off, but
you do, but the jerkin suits you.
It really does. And he smiles and walks away in a jaunty fashion.
So, Dianthus, big news. Toth there knows my friend, Cass, who isn't exactly a friend, but is a person I know from the social circles, and that large.
I want to get one thing. I want to get one thing straight. Are you friends or are you not friends with Saska? Because the way I kind of took it from you was that You are like the two smart kids in the room who are friends because everyone else sucks.
Yeah, they're like actually friends, but
Okay.
they've done mean things to each other.
Oh, that I don't doubt at all.
Yeah. Anyway, so my friend, the large man on the large horse
Yes.
with her, and she says we could just join up with them for this, and 60-40 or maybe 50-50 if we do a good job. And then we don't have to get murdered by a large man on a Clydesdale.
That's an NXT finisher name.
For sure.
I
don't want to get murdered by a large man on a large Clydesdale.
We won't necessarily get murdered by a large man on a large Clydesdale.
I feel like that's why he's here.
Yeah, but not if we get there first.
What do you mean?
We can go now.
You look over and you see Elliot, and he's just
I point at Elliot.
What's up? He has watched all this transpire. He's like, "What's up?"
I found us a tour guide.
Are you hanging out with children? What are you doing?
I found us a tour guide. Wink, wink.
I need you to stop winking and start explaining yourself. I don't understand.
Is there anyone else around us? We're good.
There's people walking around. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the jamboree, baby.
I want to pull Tiburon
motherfucking Catalina wine mixer.
Catalina wine mixer. I want to pull him a little bit away.
Careful, this coat is more than that, Clydesdale.
Very gentle, very gentle. If you remember correctly from what we heard earlier, Elliot has been to where we're going.
I'm right here. I can. You could say just me that I've been to where you're going.
Sure. He has been where we're going.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a #1 tour guide. We can go now before anyone else has gone down. And then we won't have to split anything. Because we already have to.
Shit. I bet you just want to see it.
I want to see it, potentially borrow some things. You never know.
Elliot. Elliot, don't let adults lie to you. We're here to get the valuables.
You do know that, like, lying by omission is still lying. And while
that's
my
true.
spell didn't catch that, that's messed up, man.
That is messed up, Dianthus. You shouldn't be lying.
I'm going to go back to the horses. And he walks away.
Wow.
Tiburon.
Dianthus. I'm making legitimate business deals over here, and you're tricking children with your trickery.
Tricking him.
Hey, just for a second, Warrior, I want to say that Tiburon board you sent me is inspired.
Thank you. It's very fun. But you were tricking with trickery.
It was not tricking. He was leading. We were following.
He was upset and surprised when we said a very plainly truthful thing. That means you tricked someone.
You do realize, though, when you're talking about splitting, we are already splitting.
We're getting paid a fee. That's just our bonus.
Not if we don't bring much back.
Why wouldn't we bring much back? It's supposed to be full of spicy riches.
I don't trust that.
You don't trust what?
I don't trust the rumors. They're just rumors what's down there. We don't actually know what's down there. That was why Elliot was helpful. He's been down there.
What? I just had a thought, Dianthus, and tell me if you have a remedy for this. What are we even going to bring the stuff back with? I don't have a haversack or a bag of holding, or we didn't bring a cart.
I believe
it's fair because we would have killed those horses that we had a cart. What are we even going to bring stuff back in?
I think I have a haversack of holding.
Spike is telling you right now.
Socks.
Socks. You got socks.
Nature's pocket.
Nature's pocket. I have to find the note. I thought I had a haversack on me, but I'm not exactly.
I think you might have a handy haversack.
Yeah, I think I've got one. I just can't remember how far back to find it in my notes. So we can take some stuff, you know.
Also, like the things you went are like things that don't take up a ton of room.
Yeah,
they're all food. They're all foodstuffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you're going in for a chest of gold.
No, yeah, and the idea was hoping to get like a little bit of everything and not like all of something.
But okay.
So here was my thought. If we could go down now, come out
Okay.
with some stuff. If there's more, maybe we can join a partnership then and then get part of what's left.
I feel like if we go down now, and we're still down there when other people get down there, specifically the people I've already talked to, they won't be like, oh yes, thank you for coming early and taking the most valuable things. Let's partner up.
Well, that's why we have to try to be down there and back before everyone else.
Well, I couldn't get out of them when they're going to come down. So
at that point, a older, kind of surly looking human walks out of the inn, and you immediately are like, yeah, that guy's an adventurer.
Mm-hmm.
He walks between you two and he kind of looks you up and both up and down. And he says, you're going to be a little late if you're after the goods. He
Are you on your way?
He smiles real big and just walks by, and there's a small party that walk behind him afterwards.
We need to go.
Okay. It would be really good for business if we went with the
other people. Yes, but if they're not going now,
best advice.
What's the point?
Advice, Super Spike.
Okay, fine.
No, that's what I'm saying. If they're not going now, they're already gonna lose out.
Okay, sure, fine.
Unless
if they show up, you took me under dress.
Unless you think you can find out when they're going.
I think I would have to say we're going down now. You should come with us, I think is how I would have to phrase that.
Having more hands is nice. I don't know if I love the idea of splitting everything. How much were we supposed to bring back for?
As much as you can get.
Is there going to be an issue if we only bring him back like?
No.
Is she trustworthy?
I mean,
she's going to stab us in the back when we're down there?
It's not impossible, but it feels like she wouldn't. I mean, we're legitimately friends. I mean, she does this as like a hobby.
Do you think she'll take your advice and go now? Because if we don't go now, we are going to lose out to the other.
You group. Both hear screaming and hollering at the jamboree.
What's going on?
I don't know. I suppose I could set a light ultimatum of we're going now. If you want to team up, we can go now.
Can we see what's going on at the jamboree?
You see your friend Saska standing on a table, and you see her surrounded by a group of robed men, and she appears to be kind of shaking, and they are clapping in rhythm, and they pull their head back, so they roll their eyes back in their head, and you kind of almost see like vaporous forms coming out of her into their mouths.
That seems bad.
What is going on?
Goes on for about a minute and a half, and then she plops down on her ass on the table, and everyone's screaming and yelling and clapping, and she gets up and she's like clapping and jumping up and down. And she's like, "Where's Tiburon? Where's Tiburon?" And she catches you, and she like runs over and grabs you. She's like, "You've got to try it."
Wait, no, I just saw your.
You've
I saw
got to
toothless
try
old
it.
men eating your soul or something. I don't.
No, not soul. Sins.
What?
Sins. They're
No.
sin eaters.
No.
She looks over and she's Braun. And you see a man in robes and tunic, dressed obviously like a cleric. And he casts a spell. And he just kind of looks stunned for a second. He says, "Yes, it works. I don't know how that works, but it does work."
Wait, what?
She smiles and she leans in and she goes, "Crossroads, backwoods magic, all the things we were never supposed to look into or talk about. Everyone thinks that because you come from money and live behind gilded walls that you know everything, have access to the best things. The reality is, what I found out, Tiburon, is that's not true."
Well, sure. I mean, we all know that the best sandwiches are found at the back counter of the butcher shop, not at the restaurant. Are you
But
saying?
Tiburon, what we found out is everything is better behind the counter in the back alley restaurant. She smiles really big and she's like, "I insist."
Well, I think we both know that I'm a
And the
being
large half orc picks
purity
you up
and
by the
virtue.
scruff of your neck
Oh my
and
God.
stands you on the table.
He's like,
And they start chanting
um,
all around you. And you feel an invasive force. And it goes through you. And I want you to give me 3 bad things that you, as Tiburon, have done.
3 bad things that I've done.
Things that Tiburon would regret.
Tiburon, I think forefront in his mind because she's here. Tiburon, Tiburon found out about a surprise birthday gala for Zeska. And he set up his own party and had everyone come to that instead.
You catty
and
bitch.
Then he pretended that. And then he pretended that he didn't. No, it was a surprise.
That goes away. Like, it's like this weird feeling of being completely absolved of that. It happened, but now you, like, rather than kind of feeling that pit of guilt, instead you just almost feel like that was somebody else. Like, that was not me.
Tiburon. I'm trying to think about the bad things. Tiburon definitely has made some bad business dealings. I think he has probably, in his earlier days, on behalf before he was where he is now, he certainly ran competitors out of business for sure. Like, ruined some livelihoods. Definitely.
Same thing. Those events now, like, they don't even feel like a distant memory. They feel like something that someone else did.
Yeah, I'll say he has 2 of those because I think he's done it a lot. And he regrets it.
So you're not regretting anything that's taken place of recent. These are all old things.
I don't think he has a lot of recent regrets. He's been pretty good.
Perfect.
I think I don't think it's a sin. I don't think he thinks of it as, like, he regrets hurting Adeline's feelings by rejecting her advances after she, dragged him into the Feywild against his will in a sort of weird, like, well, I mean, that was a lot. That's a lot. So I think he feels bad that like she feels bad, but I don't think he feels like what he did was
I
wrong.
mean, that lady went through some serious bullshit.
She did. She went through a lot. But I mean, I think so. I think like he is, and I think for those reasons, he's not angry with her. He's very like I want to, like continue to have like our friendship and see, like that. But I think he feels bad because he saw her face in the moment, and I think he understood what she had done to, you know, gain his affection. Um, however, like, oh yeah, he just like he gets it. He gets it,
I
and
like the idea that these are old things and that this
yeah,
doesn't seem like a regret right now. All right,
yeah.
it's gone. Like you kind of collapse on your keister. You take
Okay,
14
cool.
points of damage.
Wow, that's so many of my hit points.
You plop off the table and you start to hack and cough and vomit, and you're vomiting up gold coins. I want you to roll me a d20.
That doesn't seem like a good thing.
5.
You vomit out 5 gold coins, and all of them bear the faces of people that you had wronged,
Oh shit.
that were part of those regrets. And you watch as this group of sin eaters reaches down, cleans them off, and puts them in a bag. Saska walks up to you and says, "What was that all about?"
I don't know. I threw up money.
Well, what did you regret?
I don't know. Is it like a birthday wish? Am I not supposed to tell you or it'll come back and haunt me?
I don't think it matters anymore.
What did you?
What did I regret?
Yeah, what did you regret?
Some trifling things that one was, I feel so petty in telling you this. One was, do you remember when you turned 18?
Sure. I mean, that was
And
like,
no one showed up to your party.
you bitch.
I told everyone you had a pox. And I used magic to prove it.
What?
And I'd been kind of eating at me for a while, especially because we reunited. We can be business partners. Business. We can be business partners.
Um,
That was one.
okay. Wow. That was like 90 years ago.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
One. Well.
Okay. Well, I did a party thing
She
to you
pulls
too.
off her glove, and you notice that there's one ring isn't there.
Where'd your ring go? That was the nicest one.
I gave it back.
Oh.
I didn't quite get it in the most up and up way. And I
Sure.
have felt as if I have had blackened myself by doing so. And I'm very happy to no longer have that burden on my shoulders.
Of course. Well, I sort of did a party thing to you too, so that's
I
water on
thought so,
you.
but I would have been disappointed if you hadn't.
And then, I mean, family business, right? Like, I've ruined some lives, ruined some livelihoods. I
See, I
don't
don't feel guilty
feel
about
proud
that.
of it.
I don't feel that's sinful. That's business.
It wasn't just business.
Eh.
Business is business is having a finer craft, a better product, better marketing.
To you.
To me, yes. So to me, it was a sin.
And then last but not least, I purged myself of a memory of someone who I did wrong in a romantic tryst.
Oh.
I will regret not having them here, but it's better. It's better to have that go away.
What do you mean not have them yet?
Is Toth gone?
Well, what did you say?
I asked if Toth was gone.
No. What did you ask, Warrior?
But he was like, what do you mean not here anymore?
Oh, plucked out, boom, absence.
Oh, in your mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
That was weird. That was intense, yeah.
Delightful. To think if you could do that to someone else, you could literally break someone down into their most bare components to allow them to rebuild themselves in a different way. I mean, it's just a thought.
Sure.
So have you decided to take me up on my offer?
So about that, we're
Tipper.
okay. This is Dianthus, by the way. She was talking to the
Oh,
children.
delighted. You're his individual.
Compatriot.
It seems so.
Compatriot, partner, individual.
Period. Bon vivant.
Pardon me. You see Salt pushing his way through. And he kind of looks around at all of you and he says, I believe your name is Dianthus. I would like a word with you.
I can't leave the party.
Oh, I think
We're having a good time.
I think you can.
Well, I don't go anywhere without my partner.
Are you in trouble? Oh my god. What? I don't want to be in trouble.
He smiles like he looks at you with this look where you're like, oh shit. And then it turns into the fakest real estate agent smile. It says, I think we can have this discussion, the two of you. Either way is fine.
He gave the same smile back.
But I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible.
How about we just take a short walk around while the jamboree, and I can show you some of the sights.
I keep my hand on my weapon at all times.
You notice he has his hands like in his belt loops.
Probably, yeah.
But so Dianthus and Salt walk away, Tiburon. We'll come back to you in a second, Tiburon. He walks and he's got a smile. People are
saying, I was trying to take Tiburon with me so I wasn't alone.
Tiburon didn't want to go.
You're in a public space. He's not like walking you away.
Okay.
He's smiling and talking the whole time, and he reaches into his jerkin and he pulls out a pendant and he rubs it, and now you can't hear anyone around you at all. And he says, we still got the same smile on his face, and he's waving everything. He's like, if you ever go after my son like that again and try to take advantage of him, I'll kill you.
I didn't try to take advantage of him at all.
And slowly.
I was showing him the fun times of joining other people and being able to travel.
Yeah. I don't know if they sent you from Restwell Keep, but you can let Drysdale know that if I have to come back there, I'm going to kill him and every single one of his men slowly. And if he sends another person to try to do what you did, that I'll send him parts back in boxes.
I have no interest in your son, so do what you got to do. I don't think I have an attachment for Drysdale, do I?
He doesn't know that, though. You just kind of tried to get his son to show you something he wasn't.
I did not want him to go with me. He's the one who wanted to go with me. I was just trying to get information.
But a dad would see otherwise, especially a dad who has enemies.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying as well. There's another perspective to that matter.
Need your son for anything.
He smiles and he turns his back to the crowd, so you're facing the crowd and his back's to him. He goes, good. Now I'm going to do you the favor that I was not done. You've got till sun up Because if you're still here when the sun hits the side of the mountain, I'm going to kill you and the half elf. And no one will ever know, and no one will ever find where I leave you. And if you think I'm playing with you, play again. Try again. He pulls out of his belt loop. You see a blade appear in his hand. Like he's been holding two blades the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I figured. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm here for. You don't know where I've been.
Obviously, you don't know who I am either.
Oh, I have a good idea.
Then you'd know better. He rubs the pendant, and all of a sudden the sound turns back on. You realize he silenced that area, so no one can hear a word you said or a word that was said outside of it.
Oh, I figured.
Hey, he's walking, he's smiling and pointing and kissing babies. And he leaves you staring at the crowd. And that's where we're going to stop. Cliffhangers!
Can't have a cliffhanger. We're going to have more than 2 people next time.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't. You don't know. You know. And if you do, then maybe someone it'll be someone new and they'll be at the jamboree. Maybe it'll be someone from Cliffside. You don't know. You don't know the business.
It'll be someone we play with.
Maybe, and I'll have to figure that out. That was a good ass cliffhanger, Cassandra. Don't get whiny.
Not getting whiny. Don't like cliffhangers.
I know you don't.
I want to fight. How long has it
I
been
will
since
tell
we've
you
had
that.
a fight?
What are you, 4th level?
I'm 5th.
5th. That guy would hand you your ass.
I'm sure he would. That doesn't mean I can't get sassy back and try to convince him otherwise. No. I didn't want to fight him. I wanted to do
a whole lot of convincing.
things.
That was a lot of threats.
I know. I was just trying to like.
There was no negotiation.
I wasn't trying to negotiate with him
or anything like that. It was just like, oh, I know who the fuck you are.
No, I wasn't trying to negotiate anything. I was just trying to be mouthy back so I didn't look like a weak person.
They just get stitches. Oh shit!
I just was trying to look tough. That's all I was trying to do.
You looked tough because you looked tough enough for him to go, okay, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
No, too much talking. I wanted to go explore a cave.
Well, guess what's happening in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I can't win with you.
I didn't say you lost. Doesn't mean I can't want things.
Oh God. Warrior, see what I have to deal with.
It's tough. It's tough.
He's got.
I wish for D&D in one hand and shit in the other, and we know which one's fills up first.
Ben has such a rough life. I do nothing for him. I give him shit all the time.
Wow.
I hate when mom and dad fight. All right.
We're not fighting. You'll know when we fight.
I was like, roll for initiative.
You're at disadvantage. Where can people find you, beautiful souls?
Yeah, you can find me. I'm over here on this side. You can find me on Blue Sky at warrior.bsky.social. And that's kind of it anymore. So yeah, I'll be here.
Well, I mean, except for our Totobellas.
Well, I mean,
along and fucking PBTA game.
Hey, get in on the Known World United Discord. I'm on there, so you can find me on there, and you can also find me this Monday for Star Wars shenanigans.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one.
And just remember, if Duo says I told somebody that they're Jedis, no, I didn't.
I just remember that now that you said that.
You forgot for a little bit, didn't you?
No, I didn't say Jedis. I don't believe those words left my mouth.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's a Jedi?
That seems like stuff I don't know anything about.
I know nothing about that.
Oh
You
God.
have to be nice to me. You know I'm force sensitive. I think I'll probably actually say that. I hope
I do distinctly remember that being said. So
That's real good.
I hope I remember to say that.
I have
If not, you got another chance on Monday.
I have to go back and rewatch that entire episode because I know that some bullshit went down.
It did not play out how you thought it would. I'm sure
it never does, and that's
you were like, oh
part of
yeah, we'll just have a light meeting scene, and then you were like, oh, by the way, a very curious individual walks past.
Yes.
And then you were like, wait, what? You went to go see who they are?
Yeah, that was the thing that surprised me when you were like, I'm gonna go run through the hallways for this person. I'm like,
I don't know.
What are you doing?
Nando's like, why would I stay in this meeting? I didn't even want to be here in the first place.
This meeting could have been an email.
Who is this?
Welcome to my life.
Yes, it was
well, and they're like human.
Yeah.
So, he's like,
surprise.
He's like, what is another human doing here? I don't know this human. What the fuck?
And I know all the humans here.
He does know all the humans there.
I don't know if you knew this, but I know all the humans here. You are not a human I know.
Right. What the fuck? Explain yourself.
Then you had 4 minutes.
And I had 4 minutes.
I got 4 minutes. Oh, God damn it. I gotta figure out where the fuck that game's going.
There's so many threads.
Yes, which, you know what, I enjoy games like that. So I enjoy this game. There's a lot of like weird little linking up that happens as far as like, God, that sounded real weird. As far as like, now that we've got Bev, I mean, as long as Cassandra doesn't cause a bloodbath in Cliffside, you now have a contact in Bev, so. And we found out an entire new person of your backstory to run.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting, actually.
All right, Cassandra, where can people find your beautiful self?
Nowhere. I'm an enigma.
Wrapped in
a mystery. In a puzzle. Literally, probably nowhere. Well, Facebook, kind of, sort of. Not really very much anymore either. So, I mean, you'll just have to come back and tune into Ben's channel until it's Known World United channel. You're gonna have to really, if you really want to see me, you're gonna have to work for it.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that we're not Unknown World United right now. It really bothers me a lot.
Well, that's your thing to fix then.
I have asked. I've tried.
Apparently you need to ask more.
But life is busy for others. All right. Well, you can find me, I guess, here tomorrow for Mang. Colin just reached out and asked. We're going to Mang tomorrow. You can find me on Blue Sky at kingginger.sky.social. Also on there, for those of you who watch Dumb Star Wars, I'm Nub Rubbins, Bothan Engineer. There's pictures of all the computer business that went on over the weekend. You can find me. That's basically it.
Have you actually advertised that you got an upgraded system?
Yeah, I put it on there. I put it in Discord too. Oh, yeah, Discord.
I saw pictures, but people were like, "What's going on?" And you never officially said what was going on.
I got a couple messages.
You literally
people were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'm going to the mines of Moria." And they were like, "I thought you were going to Kentucky." And I was like, "No, that's where Zomboid is." Like, people really thought I was like moving away. Pack your bags, move away. I was like, no, just me putting cryptic bullshit video game stuff. Yeah, I know I talked to Super Spike Saturday, or no, it was Sunday. We talk more than people know. I do have an upgraded computer now, and it's very pretty. In fact, here, I'll show you my prettiness.
It's probably too dark. It's very dark behind you, by the way.
It's very picturish. Look at all the colors.
But you see well, you can kind of see it a bit.
It's pretty. New pewter. Good. Now I can play Mines of Moria with all the homies because all my homies like to dig too deep. Ryan, aren't you in that group of digging too
I'm
deep?
not in the group, but I have the game.
Well, you need to get on that shit because we all need to play together.
I played it like one time.
I played it one time for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It's that thing where like when it's that early, like you're just like, I'm like, okay, I don't want to sign. Like,
I fucking love early game grind. So
I hate an early game grind usually. Like I recently picked back up and started over on No Man's Sky.
I've been thinking about that because there's new expansion stuff.
It's a really great game in general. I had to save maybe on Xbox or something, and then I just got it again for PlayStation, and it's fun. It's a fun start too because it's it's different. It's fun. It's a vibe.
If it's cross-platform and you ever want to play, I would love because I ended up playing that game by myself and it was like, well, this is great, but man, it is as empty a feeling playing by yourself as like
it is very quiet
or anything because it is just flying from planet to planet in your kick-ass spaceship, just harvesting stuff, occasionally building places to live. But yeah, with other people, I think that game could be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
And with Moria, same thing. Like I will probably suck at that game, but being able to be dwarves with my homies is very, very appealing to me.
Yeah, I think with Moria, it has to be with other people. Like it's too slow. It's like, I don't know. But
also, I want to run this by you. I want to make a Minecraft world that people can play in, and I want it to be the Lumino building.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
I think that would be wild. So yeah, Doug and I are talking about trying to build that and then having it for people to play in.
Yeah,
I think that would be real trippy. Because that building is like, did you know it's a real building?
It is. It's in New Jersey or something.
Yeah, it's like an old General Electric building.
Yeah, it's currently used for like it's some kind of labs or something. Like I can't remember. I saw some post on I don't know, maybe it was Reddit or something that was like, I have a lab in there, or like I work there or whatever. I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
I do want to run Paranoia at some point, but I'll have to have the right group for it because it is technically a cooperative competitive game. Because you do try to fuck each other over in that game because Big Brother needs to know who the commie mutants are. And the secret is you're all commie mutants.
Truer words.
Also, that you have 6 clones, so you can die like 6 times because you have a VAT-ready clone waiting to replace you.
Oh, so we're like Eobard.
Yeah, kind of. It's like Severance if it was made by Terry Gilliam before he became a complete piece of shit in like the early 1980s. So it has a little bit of Brazil to it, except for cleaner. So it is literally like a Big Brother, The Prisoner style game where like you're working for, or you all work in like a mega city, where you never see your bosses and it's like constant propaganda. You need certain color coded cards to get into certain levels, and you never have the color code you need. It's very tongue in cheek, very like supposed to be humorous, and as you're trying to fuck each other over in like the most wild ways possible, so you don't get caught doing it. But also just trying to fuck over the government too. So
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the art in itself is so much fun to look at because it's definitely got a good 80s aesthetic. So tomorrow, Meng, this week sometime, something on the new pewter. I might play Enshrouded. Even I'd like to play it with other people. I want to kind of figure out how to do it because I'm very pumped about that game. because not only is it a survival crafting. What?
I said Friday would be a good day.
Maybe Friday. Not only is it a survival crafting, but it's also a settlement building game. So it's very interesting to me. Other than that, be back here next Monday for Star Wars, and the week after that, we're back in this bullshit. So Sandra's threatening leaders, warriors
I did not threaten leaders.
Getting all fucked up in every way possible.
He's having a great and horrible time.
Yeah, why is Warrior having a good time?
I'm having the greatest horrible time ever.
Doing all the legwork.
Yeah. He's like, I'm having a good time. I might be dead. I'm not sure.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened, but
oh, god damn it. So thank you guys for hanging out. If you watch this in the future, it doesn't get better.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Have a good evening and bomb us.